All right, well, excited for tomorrow. Practice was good yesterday. We had, unfortunately, Bakari was out with the flu. I think she's feeling a little bit better today, so we'll have him watch. Nate was out with his hips are hurting him a little bit, so we'll rest him as well. But get ready to go for Rutgers. Rutgers plays really, really hard. Terrific defensively, terrific rebounding the ball. So it's going to be a tough test for us.
With Nate, I mean, was it something that you think in the last game kind of?
No, this has been going on. This has been going on a little bit. So he's not been practicing all the time. He's just had it, and maybe it's just wear and tear a little bit. But I mean, I expect him to play, but it's been difficult from a practice standpoint.
What's been your impression of how he's sort of grinded through this senior year?
He's been great. Yeah. He's been great. He's obviously he's playing really, really hard. There's no feeling sorry for himself. I mean, a lot of things have happened that have been out of his control. So he's been easy to be around in that sense, because it's hard for seniors. You don't know how they're going to handle it. And he's been really, really good, so it's made it easier for us.
How has Jordan improved as a rebounder this year or last?
Has he? I don't know.
Okay. Well, I mean, just sheer numbers. But
what are the numbers from last year to this year?
I think it's like 50 more.
I don't know if it's one thing that he's gotten better at. Got terrific timing, really good timing, and really good hands. I think that those two things contribute to it, as well as his mentality. I think he just focuses on that and lets the other stuff come to him. So it's been a mindset to go along with, obviously, with the hands and the timing.
Not to look too far ahead of Jordan, but what do you think he can still unlock going into next year in his skill set?
So you do want to look far ahead?
Well, I do, yeah.
I think that there's a lot of things he can get better at, just from a screening, sprinting into screens, things like that we've talked a lot about. I think that just working on his quickness in the off season. I think everybody's going to think jump shot, and that'll continue to improve. But I think he's just from the progression's been really, really good. So just working on a little bit of everything, moving into having a really good senior year.
What's the rehab plan for Dupree?
Rest more than anything, and then kind of evaluate after. A month or so, give him about a month off, and then evaluate moving forward, like what do we need to do? Is it surgery? Does rest heal it more than anything? So I think once the season ends, we'll give him some time off and see where it goes from there.
See a game time decision?
Yeah, he's been every day. I mean, it's, I thought versus Purdue, it's been hard because I've had to watch, and, I tried to get him in and out a little bit sooner, and they kind of see, and he just was hobbling, so we took him out.
What's your view on going to New York for the tournament?
I'm sick of New York. But, I think that, I don't think that, I don't love the whole thing, to be quite honest. Not that I don't love New York. I love New York. I don't love what it's done to our schedule. Even the playing a week early thing, that doesn't matter to me. We're obviously not going to get an at-large bid, so if we are to make some magic happen, even a week off, I don't think that's as big of a deal. I just hate what it's done to our schedule. We've had 4 one-day preps. Some teams have had 1. That's just not ideal. We've had 1 less home game than everybody else. And there's so many factors that go into it to make it difficult. Playing a week early makes it even more difficult, and I just don't think the reward is there. I understand that we need to be on the East Coast, but I think there's a lot of other ways you can do it. But I tell you what, when you get there and you're in Madison Square Garden, special place, and it's really cool.
Jim Delaney pretty much came out and said he didn't like the condensed schedule. Was it kind of relieving to hear that?
No, it didn't change a whole lot.
But going forward.
Yeah, we're going to probably do a 20-game schedule with the Big Ten. So that'll be interesting to see what that does as well. But I'm not a big, hindsight guy. It's accept it, you move on. Doesn't change a whole lot.
Last time you played Rutgers, you're playing with a different team. What's the approach going into this?
Totally different team. I watched it this morning again, and we're like 12th in the country, and the storyline is a lot different than it is now. And you just watch it with a healthy Dupree, Amir, Reggie, and then you just take that out, and it's just been very, very challenging for us. But it happens, and it's totally two different teams. They're pretty similar. We're obviously not very similar.
What has Murphy meant, to your team? Being a solid guy down low while all those pieces are moving around him.
Yeah, I mean, he's durable, right? I mean, he hasn't missed any time with injuries, if I'm not mistaken. And I guess he would probably be the only one, who's done that. So it's, you probably don't appreciate it as much, right? I mean, because he hasn't missed a practice, he hasn't missed a game, he's playing a lot of minutes, and he's producing. He's very, very productive, and he's a great leader. So it's meant a lot for us. If we didn't have him, we wouldn't have any chance.
The type of season that he put up, it maybe gets underappreciated because of the.
Underappreciated by who? He was all conference.
Right, but obviously 17 and 11. I think there's only 2 other players doing that in major conferences: DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley.
I appreciate him.
Yeah.
I appreciate him very much. So I don't think he's underappreciated. I think that what he's done statistically is amazing. He's a great kid. He is a great teammate. He's easy to be around. He listens. So I can't speak for the masses, but I appreciate him greatly.
And with Reggie gone, do you think that maybe changed a little bit of what he could have done this year?
Well, it changed what the team could have done.
Right.
I think he's had a really good year.
Do you think Nate deserved more credit for the Big Ten honors?
What are we, 4-12 in the league? What are we, 4-14? Nobody should get awards when you're 4-14. But, Nate and Jordan had great years. So I give them credit. But I think those guys, I'm sure they care about awards. Young people do care about those things. But to me, give all the awards to the teams that win, just like we had last year. All right. Great.